For me, I have that exact same wish for people. And my reason I created the podcast is because for me, I saw how isolated I felt and alone. And when you're alone, you can feel easily defeated. You can feel like there's nobody who's got your back and nobody's been there before. And it's so easy to give up. And for me, I had my kids that made it so it was impossible for me to give up. And that was a driving force, my why, right? Because I believe in whys as well, but I don't like just asking, okay, why do you want the money? Oh, you want to pay for your kid's school. Why do you want to pay for your kid's school? Well, I want them to have a
Right.
better
Yeah,
life
you
than
can
I.
keep going. Yeah.
Why do you want the kids to have a better life than you had? Because I don't like my childhood. Why do you not like your childhood? Because I didn't feel valuable. So you're trying to gain your value through money, right? To
Well, then,
fix
yeah, and
the
I guess that's a whole nother layer of like, and how can you reframe those situations to go
those
because
beliefs.
the world will be a better place for them. They will meet better, cooler people. They'll, live a happier life. They'll,
Yeah, and that doesn't mean you change the desire for them to go to the school. It just means
that's
you
what I
have
mean.
a
No, I'm just saying you're changing your reason for it, right? Because you're just shifting, right?
but I find it very fun and amazing to be able to have the opportunity, the privilege to be able to have connections with people who have that same heart. It doesn't matter. It's not, I love finding like hearted people or like souled people, if you will, because I don't really care for like minded. That doesn't matter because our minds can have different solutions because we have different backgrounds, different personalities, different strengths. But that finding the commonality, the unity brings us to a place where we start being part of the collective that is experiencing that life, that is drawing that energy, that is that smiling face, helping somebody have a better day.
And then that's how we can elevate, and that's how we can change the world is by elevating that energy. It
No, no,
doesn't
no.
mean that we don't, I've got a saying in that book, face it, feel it, free it.
Was that the title of the book?
And that's another way to connect with our bodies. But it's like, okay, if we can, because the toxic positivity and some of those things are basically kind of saying F you to our bodies, right? We're like, you're not smart, you're not important enough for me to listen to you. And those things are real. And so you suppress it, it's just going to make it worse. So
It's just gonna
what is
come back.
it? Yeah. Face it, feel it, free it is that little. And I also have like another kind of meditation, like let divine will fill my heart and guide my actions. And you breathe in, fill my heart, and you breathe out, guide my actions. You didn't explain. A goal is generally something in your control. And a prayer is usually when it's completely out of your control. And a wish is that beautiful in between that it recognizes there is a piece out of your control, but you turn a wish into a cosmic wish and get more control by adding the science, right? But that's the important thing is like goal is like this hard word and even prayer is like this hard word, but wish is just kind of allows us to relax and let it happen.